to Q World Chronicles. Today, we delve into the captivating history of one of the most influential and controversial companies in world history, the East India Company. Established in 1600, this British trading company would go on to shape the course of global commerce, politics, and culture for over 2 centuries. The East India Company, formed during the Age of Exploration, sought new trade routes to Asia. Granted a royal charter by Queen Elizabeth I, it traded spices, silk, and textiles from the Indian subcontinent. Over time, the company expanded its presence in India, establishing trading posts and gaining significant power. Their dominance over Indian trade, known as the Company Raj, led to immense wealth and political influence, even eclipsing that of some regional rulers. The rise of the East India Company was not without challenges. Rivalries with other European powers, particularly the Dutch and French, intensified, leading to several military conflicts in the Indian Ocean and beyond. The company's economic power was further solidified by the infamous Opium Wars in the early 19th century. This series of conflicts with China allowed the company to gain control over lucrative opium trade, contributing to the Opium Wars and China's eventual ceding of Hong Kong. As the East India Company's influence grew, so did its controversy. Aggressive trade practices, resource exploitation, and heavy taxes on Indian farmers and artisans led to resentment among locals. In 1857, India erupted into a full-blown rebellion, known as the Sepoy Mutiny or the First War of Indian Independence. This uprising sought to challenge the company's oppressive rule, culminating in the British government dissolving the company and transferring power to the British Crown. Despite its dissolution, the legacy of the East India Company endured. The Indian subcontinent would remain under British colonial rule until gaining independence in 1947, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in Indian. The impact of the East India Company extended far beyond commerce and politics. Cultural exchange between India and Britain during this period led to the introduction of Indian spices, textiles, and words into British culture, leaving an indelible mark on the British way of life. The company also had a profound impact on the global economy. It played a crucial role in connecting the East and West, leading to the integration of goods and ideas from distant corners of the world. As we reflect on the East India Company's influence, it's essential to acknowledge the human cost of its actions. The company's operations were fueled by the exploitation of labor, leading to immense suffering for countless individuals. The opulence and extravagance of the company's leadership stood in stark contrast to the harsh realities faced by those at the margins of society, sparking debates about social responsibility and accountability in the realm of business. The East India Company's downfall can be attributed to mismanagement, corruption, and internal conflicts weakening its foundation, while growing public outcry in Britain against its practices contributed to its eventual decline. The dissolution of the East India Company marked a turning point in history, emphasizing the need for stronger regulation and oversight of corporations to prevent abuse of power and ensure ethical business practices. In retrospect, the East India Company serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the potential consequences of unchecked corporate influence on geopolitical, economic, and social affairs. The East India Company's legacy also includes the significant impact it had on international trade and mercantilism. The company's success in the spice trade and other valuable commodities fueled the expansion of global trade networks. The establishment of trading posts and colonies by the East India Company laid the groundwork for the British Empire's territorial expansion. This imperial ambition would eventually lead to the colonization of vast territories across Asia, Africa, and the Americas. The company's commercial ventures were not limited to trade with India and China. It also explored other regions, such as Southeast Asia and the Persian Gulf, seeking opportunities to increase its profits and influence. The East India Company played a vital role in introducing new crops and plants globally. It facilitated spreading tea cultivation from China to India, making India a major tea-producing country. The company's existence coincided with the scientific revolution and the Enlightenment era. Scholars and intellectuals associated with the company contributed to scientific advancements and the exchange of knowledge between cultures. The British East India Company is often considered one of the first examples of a joint stock company. Its innovative business model allowed investors to share both profits and risks, setting a precedent for modern corporate. The company's involvement in international politics extended beyond its commercial pursuits. It was engaged in diplomatic missions, treaties, and alliances with various Indian princely states, European powers, and local rulers. The East India Company's archives and records provide valuable historical sources, shedding light on different aspects of life and society during the period of its existence. The company's headquarters, known as the East India House in London, served as a hub for trade, information exchange, and administrative decisions. It played a central role in coordinating the company's vast operations. The East India Company's monopoly over trade with the Indian subcontinent was a source of contention among other European nations, leading to fierce competition and territorial disputes. Throughout its existence, the East India Company encountered resistance and rebellion from various local rulers and communities in India, which challenged its authority and control. The company's influence on the cultural and artistic landscape cannot be overlooked. It introduced European art and aesthetics to India and played a role in shaping the art scene in both regions. The East India Company's decline and eventual dissolution also marked a shift in Britain's approach to colonial governance. The British government took a more direct role in administering its Indian territories, leading to the formal establishment of. The story of the East India Company raises fundamental questions about the role of corporations in society and the importance of corporate social responsibility in the 21st century. As we navigate an increasingly globalized world, it's crucial to remember the lessons from the past and strive for a more equitable, sustainable, and ethical future. And there you have it, the enthralling tale of the East India Company, a fascinating journey through the annals of world history. Join us next time as we uncover more captivating stories from different corners of the globe.